Oh God.
So superheroes, huh?
Superheroes, man.
Superheroes, huh?
They're all the rage 10 years ago.
What a bunch of people, huh?
That's not what you thought you were about to say.
What a bunch of lads.
Oh my God. No, superheroes are all over the place, man. Yeah, that's today's episode there. We're talking about superheroes.
Hey, don't get such a bad intro.
All right. Well, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
No, let's not do it again.
Okay.
That's today's episode, lads.
Okay, so
that's today's episode for you. We're talking about superheroes.
Finances,
starting in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
James is wearing the Birkenstocks. You show off the Birks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
free feet content for everybody.
And you know what really gets me going about Birkenstocks? Not a lot of superheroes wear them.
No,
hey, we
that's
should
true.
talk about superheroes.
Birkenstock man.
Invest now. These Birkenstocks are going up.
What's the first superhero you ever heard of? Do you remember what the first superhero you ever heard of is?
I don't know. It's probably Batman because I think around the time I was born, like the Tim Burton Batmans were still like peaking.
Yeah.
And then there's so many pictures of my photo album upstairs of me like dressing up as like Batman.
Ooh.
When I was like 5 years old and less, of like
When
wearing
did
the tights.
you bring those down for the podcast?
Well, I didn't know we were gonna get into it. I can if you want to carry it on or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't really show them in an audio format.
Well, how about this? Like,
describe the picture to the audience.
All right, so basically, no, I'll do it for you. So basically, I had the Batman mask, the like half one, Batman t-shirt, tights that my sister borrowed me, black tights, and then on top of that, Batman underwear with like the yellow band, and then we had like a black sort of like silk sort of like thing, and we like just cut it to look like the Batman thing. It was actually like I peaked. Like
nice.
I don't think I've ever looked that cool since, and I was like 5 years old. I've just been trying to play catch up since.
You did a good homemade Batman, so
I was so into it though. Batman was the shit. You know, he's just this guy like, I'm Batman. It's like, I'm just like 5 years old. So I'm like, yeah, Batman.
That's cool. I mean, I had a homemade Bulbasaur costume. That was my Halloween costume, my peak Halloween costume.
Where'd you get the turtle shell from?
My dad made it.
What?
Yeah.
What, like out of wood?
Yeah, no, out of like cardboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck.
Fuck, that's way cooler than my outfit. Yeah. And it was like painted as well.
Like
might
have him, burned the bread. I think I showed you him before the German TV character. He's like a depressed bread with a face. He's
I
like
think so, yeah. Which checks out. When you say German like cartoon characters, like burnt bread.
The next year we made a huge cardboard version of Burnt the Bread, and that was fucking peak. I was so happy.
You know what? I'm for it though. Like that sounds so cool. Was it for Halloween or just like this is the real make or break. If like you were a kid, did you just wear this outfit on Halloween or was that like a year round thing? Because for me, Batman was a year round thing.
No, that would be weird.
That was weird. No, but
yeah, why would you wear a Halloween costume?
Because I thought everyone else was weird. It's like so you have the choice to be Batman and you're not. Wow, okay. Good to know who your real friends are.
You know what they say? If you
bunch of fucking jokers,
Stop looking at the camera. Look at me.
Fuck off, man. Well, you're that ugly.
Stop breaking frame.
You're ugly.
Stop breaking frame. Jesus.
All right. Go on, Dan. Go on, Dan. You have my undivided attention. Whatever you want. So what is it? Thoughts? Any thoughts on the matter? Just go. Well, Dan,
you're really not beating autistic allegations today, man. You're talking about dressing up as Batman all through the year.
I'm
you're
leaning into
really
it.
Close into my personal. Yeah, you're literally leaning into it.
Yeah, literally, like
the personal space.
That's good. It's like a superpower nowadays. It's all the rage.
Oh yeah, you autism man. That's you.
That's that's one idea. We're jumping the gun there, but that's one idea.
I think my first superhero.
Yeah, superhero. Bulbasaur is Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
Yeah,
you love to see, you say that like a suburban mum. Pokemon.
That's
a Pokemon.
Are you Pokemon?
Yeah. No, my son loves collecting the Pokemons.
Okay, so no, but first superhero, first one I ever heard of. What was it?
I think Spider-Man, probably.
That's
Spider-Man or the F4, the Fantastic Four.
The F4.
I love the Fantastic Four, dude. They
sounds R-rated. Yeah. They're cool, but the movies weren't that good.
No. I remember the movies were big when I was growing up. But even then I was like, these are not cool. And then I watched like a cartoon, which, the cartoons were like way more accurate to the source material. I remember watching a cartoon. I would get up every morning at 8 a.m. like an hour before
nice
everybody else on weekends. It was only on weekends because on the 8 a.m. on a Saturday they would show a new episode of Fantastic Four. So I was up. I was the first one awake in the entire house. Just to watch Fantastic Four. And my parents would be like, "Could you turn the TV fucking down when you wake up?"
Oh my god. Well, I don't remember the intro music, but I know like the intro music to like X-Men was like a fucking banger. Yeah. I've been told that's one where if I played that in the morning, my parents would come down more than any other, because Batman is just like but like X-Men is like everyone comes down. It's like, God damn it, James! Like, it's Sunday. We're not trying to save the city.
You could easily play that track in like a grunge gig or something, and people would be like, "Yeah."
You play that at a Taylor Swift concert, and people are like,
"Yep." I
"Yep."
don't think you could play it at a Taylor Swift concert.
I think you could.
I don't think Taylor Swift concerts are fit for electric guitar riffs like that.
Oh, but if she wants to get me as an audience member, that's how you do it.
She does.
I think that's for all the boyfriends drag to it. You know, this one's for the fellas. You're like, all right, now finally something for me in this show. Very cool.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fantastic. I like Fantastic Four because it's kind of spaced out as well, where it's just like the main guy, Reed Richards, like he's rubber. Like I think that's kind of like wacky out there.
Pretty spaced out. Yeah. He can stretch very far.
Yeah. What was that? There's Miss Invisible.
Going on.
Yeah, he can't do that shit though. He's not. Luffy took that up. He has no gear. He's got one gear. He can't do gear second or gear third.
I love to imagine Oda watched Fantastic Four as a child and was like, I can make this way.
Yeah.
I can fucking this is big shit.
He's just like cracking his neck. Let's see what I can do.
See what I can fucking do.
It's like, and then somehow he just like, you let the man cook, and now he's a god.
Now he's a god.
Obviously, if he turns into rubber, that clearly makes him the sun god.
Makes him a god.
What is the first thing you think of when you see rubber? The sun deity.
It is actually an interesting point, right? I think there's actually an interesting point because I think the first superhero that we properly were fanboying over was probably like Goku. Like, I know that's anime, but he is a superhero. Like,
early on,
Goku has all the story marks of a superhero. There's a threat to the humanity. He defeats the threat.
Yep,
he's literally a superhero.
Yeah, I think again, like, because Batman got me first, but then as soon as Goku came in, I was just like, oh, excuse me, you can do that? You can fucking just change your hair color, and you're like 20 times more powerful. Okay,
people think of superheroes as all like Western stuff, but a lot of the like shonen anime people like. Goku's a superhero, fucking Luffy's a superhero. Like, these people just defeat like villains all the time. 100%. They literally do everything a superhero is supposed to do.
Yeah. But the thing I like about those types of superheroes is like Luffy and Goku both have the same thing, where they're like there's certain excerpts in like the manga where they're just like, I'm not a hero. I just really want to kick your ass. But kicking that guy's ass is the hero thing to do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like, imagine just like, I don't know, just punching a Nazi or something like that. Or like punching like, you know, and it's just like, listen, this isn't about the greater
Today's
good.
Episode
this is about
of Dragon
me.
Ball Z, Goku punches a Nazi.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
Oh, he fights Frieza again?
Yeah, that's it. What is Frieza if not a Nazi? Frieza is
you monkeys.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
We don't call him monkeys anymore, Frieza.
Well, you can't say that. You can't say that. But Goku is just the biggest social justice warrior of all time. It's just like,
yeah, Goku is a fucking ripped social justice.
100%.
I think Goku is also a superhero, and I think Spider-Man would be mine. Western proper one. You said Batman. What's your favorite superhero now?
Favorite, man. That changes day by day. You know what? I won't say my favorite of all time, but one I've been thinking about a lot recently is Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine's
like,
cool.
In terms of, like, if I could be a superhero, that'd be sick. Just be have the claws, have the adamantium, instant healing factor, because you can get into like any sort of wild situation and you'll be fine. Like, I was thinking, like, he can literally get abducted by aliens, get trapped, fight his way out of there, and be like, see ya, jump out of the spaceship, propel himself down to Earth, crash the planet, and then fucking get Supermax right after.
Even
like, it wouldn't phase him at all.
Even like without his superpowers, Wolverine is just kind of a cool character.
He's sick.
Yeah.
He's just like, what do you do? I just kill people. It's like sick, dude.
I like how he's like a short guy with ego issues.
Literally.
It's a really good hook for a superhero.
Yeah, he's like, in the comics, I think he's like 5'4".
Yeah, he's fucking tiny.
He's adorable.
It's
actually.
a huge part of his character. That's why he's like such a like macho man. Is because he like is compensated because he's he fucking insecure about his statue. It's like a huge part of his character. It's brilliant.
And it makes him so tricky for villains to fight because he's just like squirming around like, where is he? Like that. This is Wolverine coming out.
It's something they always missed in the movies. Like Hugh Jackman obviously does a great job.
He's huge and jacked.
Yeah, he does a great job. But it's something they've always missed, that like it's such a big part of his character is that he's insecure about his size. But Hugh Jackman is just a fucking giant of a man. Like you can't
he's a stun muffin. You're looking at him just like, why are you so angry? You got it all.
So funny. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is like, oh, the comic book Wolverine is like, I get you with my claws.
I don't think they'll never done the voice for it, but I like to think his voice is a little bit like, Willy Wonka-esque. We're like, I'm gonna get you. Get over here, Magneto. Yeah, what'd you say to me, bub?
I think his favorite super. To be honest, it's probably still Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. I just love those two.
Fair. Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. I love how the Fantastic Four, all four of them, are like their own really like in-depth cool characters.
Yeah, and they have like cool crossover arcs as well.
Yeah.
I remember
I also love. I read comic books for the bad guys. Like that was my main thing I was into, and I loved Doctor Doom and
he was a good villain.
The Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man Fantastic Four is like, this is awesome. They got a guy in a metal mask who's sick, and they got a fucking guy in a green mask who's sick. I'm down with this.
Very simple man.
Very simple man.
If you're green and sick, I'm down for it.
Green and sick.
No, I'm with you, man. I think. Oh, let's touch on that a little bit there. So superheroes. What about villains though? Like, because there's some fucking cool villains out there that are more cool than the heroes a lot of the time.
Joker is the prime example, dude.
Literally, man.
Joker's the probably like Batman is kind of a one-note character, really. Like when you think about it, Batman isn't really that in depth.
Oh, Pete Holmes has a great sketch. Where he's just like, my parents are dead, and now I'm a bat. That's more or less what it is.
But that's by design, like, because Batman is supposed to be about the villains. They're supposed to take up all the. Like, it doesn't work. A story doesn't work if every character is like super intense and in depth, because then you overload the reader.
It's too much. It's just like
Batman takes a back seat so someone like the Joker can shine and get like loads of exposition,
100%. And his exposition is just fucking maniacal shit.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Great stuff.
Good villains though. Who I think has some like really cool villain arcs is like Daredevil villains. Like, you ever see the Daredevil TV show? Like Kingpin and Daredevil was one of the best villains. I liked him more than Thanos.
Kingpin is good in like everything he's in because he's just a great character. He's good in the Spider-Man animated movies.
He's good in the Ben Affleck one.
Yeah, Kingpin is good in that. It's just because he's a good character. It's really hard to mess up Kingpin.
He doesn't have any power. He's just like, I'm rich and I'm huge. Fuck with me.
The fact that he's a huge, rich mobster and his entire motivation is that he loves his wife so much is like, that's a brilliant character. There's not much you can do wrong here. He's like a monster of a human being, but it becomes instantly relatable because of everything he does for the love of his family. And then you're like, okay.
Slay King.
Yeah. All right, Tony Soprano.
Yeah. That's literally it. He's Tony Soprano. I was thinking, like, who is that like? He's literally like Tony Soprano. He's like barbecues for his boys, on their off days and stuff like that. Gabagoo.
I think my favorite is always gonna be Doctor Doom because I love his just love his backstory so much. But the Doctor Doom's backstory where like he grows up as like the son of a witch in like a Eastern European village, and then the locals find out that his mother is a witch because she likes contacting the devil. She calls up the devil regularly and shit. So they burn down his house, kill his mother. His dad's fucked off already because it's Eastern Europe.
Oh fuck. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
He was out of there.
I'm sorry.
He's doing no chance.
Fucked off already. He's drinking Tishki somewhere on a train station.
He literally is. That's so funny. I like how Tishki is a very big part of Doctor Doom's origin story. If it wasn't for that Jonkova, my father would be here.
And then Doom picks himself up from his poor upbringings and studies really hard and becomes good enough to be an orphan boy who gets to go to a college in America, right? A pretty high-end college. He goes to a pretty high-end Ivy college. And he gets into a room with Reed Richards, like Mr. Fantastic. He's a guy who's like had it all from the start. He's always been good looking. He's always been popular. He's always been good at academic stuff.
He's always been stretchy.
Yeah, he's not stretchy yet. But he had like an easy life, So Doom kind of immediately kind of hates him. He's like, fuck this prick. But they sort of become friends until they start doing a homework experiment in his college dorm where Reed Richards messes something up. Where Doom is doing everything perfectly because he always had to work really hard. Reed Richards is a bit lackadaisy. He's known to success. So he messes something up and it causes an explosion which scars Dr. Doom's face very slightly. There's like a slight scar up
So wait,
here.
the scar happened before the incident?
All of this, yeah.
Oh,
so there's
shit.
like a
I
very
didn't know that,
slight
actually.
scar up here, very slight scar. And Dr. Doom is so offended and feels so betrayed by him not being as much of a perfectionist. Doom is like such a clinical perfectionist that he hates Reed Richards for life now, and he can never show his face in public because there's like a slight flaw in it.
All right, that's a bit over the top.
That's an unreal fucking backstory, though.
That is unreal, but it is a bit over the top as well. It's like, all right, calm down,
It's
man.
a comic book.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a bit over the top. It's a comic book, you know. The other guy can stretch his arm. Don't you think that's a bit over the top?
The other guy's on fire fine.
One guy dresses up as a bat. Oh, that's a bit over the top.
It is a bit over the top.
But him being like, I don't like my scum and I wear a mask. That's all right. Like,
I hear you, but fucking hell. But I thought it was the thing that got me is like I just didn't know that it was just one scar. I thought it was like terrible disfigurement the whole way around.
The original backstory is he's just a tiny little scar. He's just a perfectionist. He cannot, because he always had to work so hard to get to where he wants to be. He cannot understand.
Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. Like he's still going to college before this project, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the mask.
I think he drops out immediately. I don't remember the exact details of what happens out, but I think he drops out.
But he picks up the mask and everything like that.
He goes back to his home country. He learns how to become a sorcerer,
which is fine over there. And the thing,
he takes over his home country in like the span of 2 years, really.
Going over that note as well, though, the thing I like about Doctor Doom as well is that he's a mixture of science and magic in the comics, anyway. Like the movies never portray that, but like he goes for both, which I just think is such a cool unison.
Well, he's even a lot more. Doom is just that's why I always liked him. He's this thing that makes his whole character is that he's a psychopathic perfectionist. And every single thing he can learn or anything skill he acquires, he just like crunches down for however long it takes and masters it. And that's what I always thought that makes like a way scarier supervillain, someone who's so insanely psychotic than like someone who has magical thunder powers, you know? Yeah. Because everything Doom has, he just has because he's like, okay, I could fuck up Reed Richards if I learn kickboxing. All right. Time to do kickboxing for 2 years. It's like legit. It's so good.
Oh my god. No, he is really cool though. Like one thing I just like about all the way he's portrayed, except for the movies, but it's just like every bit of like comic I've seen, it's just so how absolutely in control of the situation he always seems to be in. Where it's just like another big bad like Thanos will walk in the room and he's just kind of like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
like, and it's just like it's on the table.
Yeah, and he's just
it's like don't rule out Dr. Doom. His last name's Doom. Yeah. Sorry, your last name's Doom? Wait. Victor Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. What? So I would like to see in college just go like, hey, you talked to Victor Von Doom. Turns out he's a great guy.
So the reason he can shoot lightning is because you
Oh, it's a shame he didn't play basketball. Victor Von Boom or some shit like that. Like I don't know. Like he could have really gone a different road.
The reason you learned how to shoot.
He could have been a rapper.
So let me get this straight.
He could have been a rapper.
Victor Von Doom. He was MF Doom.
Motherfucking Doom.
MF Doom. He was a rapper.
Was he actually in the comics?
No, do you know MF Doom?
Who the fuck is MF Doom?
You don't know MF Doom?
No, who's MF Doom?
Oh, I'm so sorry, all my listeners, that James doesn't know MF Doom.
They probably don't know either. Who is he?
Of course, everybody knows MF Doom.
Who's motherfucker Doom?
MF Doom is the guy who wore a Dr. Doom mask. He all his lyrics is Cheetos, Doritos, and Fritos. Beatos, Meatos, Ojitos. You definitely know MF Doom.
Okay, well, I want to now, actually.
Living off borrowed time, the clock ticks faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick Dastardly and Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. ICE Cole, nice to be old. Y2G Steve twice to threefold. He sold scrolls, lo and behold. Know who's the illest ever, like the greatest story told.
You know what?
Keep your glory gold and glitter.
It's okay, but it's not what I think Dr. Doom would actually. I don't think if he actually did come out and start rapping, like it'd be a lot more like fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
XX tonight.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot more like
starts rapping.
I think he'd be a lot more like absolute, just like, yo man, I got Cheetos and Fritos. He'd be like, nah man, here's the scientific proof about how I'm gonna destroy you. I got scientific evidence that I'm gonna fuck your bitch later. Like it'd be really in your face, you know?
Maybe.
I think it'd just be a lot more absolute. But no, you know what? I like that he's out there. You know what?
You want to know something funny about MF Doom? No, it's actually not funny. It's sad.
Okay. Then yes, and absolutely.
He died like a couple of years ago. It was a very sad moment. But
shit.
Something that I found kind of wild about it is that
Reed Richards got him.
No, yeah, Reed Richards got him. It was only announced.
We got him.
It was only announced like 9 months after his death.
Okay.
Yeah, which is I was really wild.
That's interesting. Well, maybe it's like a family thing.
He's like hugely famous. Like hugely famous.
How'd he die? Like overdose, car crash?
I don't think nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about it.
Went back to the comics.
I think his wife made like a tweet 9 months after he died, giving like, yeah, by the way, 9 months ago he died, and everybody was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah. It's really intense. And you'd actually love him, man. You should look into him because he takes a lot of inspiration from Doctor Doom, where like he always wears the Doctor Doom mask and the hoodie, and he will get other dudes to do his concerts for him. So he'll send a random dude to do a concert for him.
Ooh, I like that.
In a Doom mask. And then when people complain and ask for tickets, he's like, "Oh, it's one of my Doom bots. What are you talking about? You ever read the comics?"
That I like. All right. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm kind of like.
Now you're back on board.
I just wish the rap itself was a bit more what I think Doctor Doom would sound like, but everything else is clicking on all the right notes. All right. I'm glad he's out there. And you know what? I don't think superheroes. You would never see a superhero rapper because like they're too happy and too hopeful. Like you need a little bit of edge to be a good rapper.
Have a Batman. Well, Spider-Man could do rap.
Spider-Man would do a feature with Taylor Swift.
No. You know what Spider-Man would be? Spider-Man would be like Logic. He'd be like one of those white fast boy rappers, like Eminem.
1-800-1-800-77.
Like that.
Spider-Man would just be like, I'll be there for you.
Or maybe he'd do like a Justin Timberlake thing. Who knows?
Yeah, he'd be a lot more like uppity.
No, I feel like Spider-Man would be like a fast
Batman
rapper.
would be death metal.
Yeah.
100%. That'd be sick.
Both of them would get cancelled for saying the N-word when they were younger.
And then Batman would just be like, it's the 90s and my parents are dead. I never said what. I'm not saying that.
No, don't, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, listen,
I don't want you to say slurs on our podcast.
No, I wasn't gonna say it. No.
What? What? You have what?
We've been talking about Dr. Doom.
Getting close here, dude. Like, what are you
I'm not getting
about?
close. I'm not.
You're just itching to scream the N-word, are you?
No.
Just itching.
No, I got it out of my system earlier.
What are you? What are you in a Call of Duty lobby or something?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm not. Oh my god. No, I wasn't saying anything like that.
Guys, come back next week.
In fact, you brought it up, man.
Come back next week.
Why would Batman get
the N-word?
Why would Batman get canceled for saying that though?
Because it's a bad word to say, James. I thought you knew.
So why would he say it?
Oh, you wonder where it was a bad word to say?
All right. You are fucking putting me in a box here that I don't fit in. All right.
I'm a super villain right now.
Literally, man.
Dude, the N-word, man. He's a super villain. And
you gotta make people say the N-word.
White people say the N-word. Yeah.
Oh, that's so evil.
That's evil.
That's a great villain. Oh, that's a great villain.
He goes to like Florida and he finds a random family of tourists. Like his powers random family of Chinese tourists or something.
No. His powers are nullified in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, Florida's his kryptonite.
They
don't say it there
right,
anyway.
Actually, I got that wrong.
Say like South Carolina. Oh, in Georgia, people would die.
Yeah, he can't go to because if he goes in Florida, people would be like, yeah, fair enough.
That's how you get friends.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's how you say hi. Just blends in. No, but I was thinking like, what if you're like on the like kind of like a Bruce? What if it was like a Bruce Almighty sort of thing where like you control what the weatherman says? Like he's just watching the guy say the weatherman, and we got a cold front. So it makes the guy say it on air. He's like.
Oh my god, that's an evil power.
That's a great villain power.
That's an evil power.
Jesus.
Oh, I'd love it if he does it to like a Chinese family visiting like a place in America. They don't speak a word of English, and then they suddenly say the N-word in perfect English with a hard R.
Yeah.
Everybody around is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a great villain. How would you even stop that though? Like there's this guy menacing and everything like that.
Well, obviously Black Panther would beat him up. Like that's the...
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Black Panther would be like his arch nemesis, and he would fight him.
Ooh, that's so true.
And then Captain America is like, hey, you didn't do that much.
Yeah, Captain America would be the guy in the line.
Captain America's like, what about free speech?
Yeah, that's freedom of speech. That's the maniacal thing. Well, first of all, what's this guy's name?
The N-word man.
The N-word man. The N-word man's superpower is getting other people, like he gets the right people to defend him and stuff like that.
No. I think that just happens.
That's what I mean, though. That's just like
he's in America. It
not as a power, just as like
a superpower.
Just as like
happen.
Just a circumstance. Like people are like, hang on, let the man cook.
He'd be on the Lex Friedman podcast.
Oh, he'd be all over it. Tucker Carlson and him have a show.
They're calling him the N-word man.
Yeah,
but really, he just has an opinion the left doesn't like.
No one wants to hear you out, so I'm giving him. Oh, Fox News gives him an hour.
Okay, that's definitely a strong candidate for our own fictional superhero / villain. We can include villains.
Villains, yeah. I like that tit for tat. Yeah.
Because it's always on Dan and James. Give it a go. We're trying to come up with our own version of it. So we've probably done enough into it. We've really gotten into it very naturally.
A little bit, yeah. We start with the villain, though, yeah.
Do you have any more ideas? Maybe a heroic idea? Or a guy who could stretch his body like rubber.
Yeah. Let's call him the sun god Nika. That makes sense. No. But all right. So what are we doing? Another villain or another hero?
I actually have a cool idea for power, right? And this is an idea I've had since I was like fucking 10. I always thought this would be cool, right? What about like a guy who can like telepathically lift up objects and then make them bigger or smaller?
I like that.
So you could pick up like a pebble and make it big and throw a fucking boulder at somebody.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Right? Yeah, so that's
cool.
Like all those like space defying powers. Like on that same note, I was thinking about some like if I
call him big and small man.
Big and small. The old big
Biggie Smalls, man.
Biggie Smalls.
Yo, Biggie Smalls, man.
Oh, he has his own intro music. It was all a dream. History World Up magazine.
I've been robbing motherfuckers since the slave ships.
Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check the shit. No, but I was thinking in that same note of type of superpowers, like I've always thought like teleportation would be a cool power, but one thing as well that would be kind of, you could use offensively and defensively. Is like, what if like, you know, there's a bad guy in front of you. You can open a portal to the bottom of the ocean and then the portal there. So literally just like high power launcher just shoots out and blows him up. Or like,
I love this superpower because it's kind of useless when you think about it. Because there's people who have the powers to do portals wherever they want. Yeah, who can just create portals to anything.
No, I mean that's
this guy very specifically can just create a portal straight to the bottom of the ocean.
That was the only one, but it works. No. No.
I like it, dude. I think that's good.
Just to the bottom of the ocean.
It's the only place he can go.
Oh my god. This is what's happening in our oceans. He does that at like climate deniers or something like that. You see that? That's a water bottle.
Imagine a scene right in the movie. He has an argument with his wife.
Oh, one poor fish.
No. Hear me out. He has an argument with his wife right there at home. They're having a big fight. They're screaming at each other. They're mad about something. Oh, you haven't paid off the car loan. You said you'd pay it off. All you do all day is hang out with your superhero friends. And then he opens a portal and goes away. He's like, I'm leaving. She's like, where are you going? You know damn well where I'm going. It's the only fucking place I can go.
The bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, he's just at the bottom.
Finally, some peace. I'm in a bit of. And then she's just kind of like, you're in deep waters now, buddy.
Go hang out with your fish, though.
That's kind of like, that's a very weird element of like teleportation in Aquaman. No, but taking a step back though, I think the idea to like build portals like that, because like another cool thing you can do as well. It's like,
but just to the bottom of the ocean or other places as well?
Other places as well. Because you hyper focus on that.
Because that's just Kitty Pryde. Like Kitty Pryde already does that. The X-Men character.
No, she doesn't. She phases through. Things phase through her.
Really?
Yeah,
she makes portals.
No. The thing is, like, this is like, I'm sure it's a power out there or something like that. You know, I'm sure someone thought of it, but I thought it'd be cool because, like, what about another one? Let's say like Thanos is at you. You just open a portal to like the middle of like a dying sun, and then just blow it right in his face.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that would be cool. You know,
maybe
that'd be really cool.
But what if Thanos was at you? And you go to the bottom of the ocean.
not today, Thanos.
Not today.
Because turns out Thanos can't swim.
She loved the idea of all he could do is go straight to the bottom
of the ocean. That's a very tight niche. Yeah. You know what? That's a great like crux though to have for your power, because like you can't just have like all encompassing powers. Like it's a very nice. It's a
nice
cool
monkey's
power.
paw.
Yeah, it's like a very tight niche sort of thing. You know,
it'd be good. It'd be honestly be good for like offensive purposes, because you can just push anyone through the portal, and then the air pressure would just immediately combust them. So
the water would blow up.
Yeah, it's like an instant kill button. Like
literally, you know, like shit like that would be really cool.
But I don't know, defensively,
you can't go in there because you'd walk in and just
yeah, maybe that's part of your powers. You can just hang out at the bottom of the ocean.
Maybe they can go looking for the Titan people or whatever. You know, the submarine people.
Teen Titans.
Found them. There's just like a little cube. Here they are.
You watch Teen Titans?
Yeah, Teen Titans was the shit, dude.
Teen Titans. That's a great show, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, but
No, there was no portals there. Who had portals? Someone had portals.
You know what I mean? I'm sure there's some hero out there that has that power.
Someone had portals, but I don't remember. But let's just say they didn't.
Fuck, I'm blanking here. Oh, Doctor Strange has portals. Yeah.
Oh.
Doctor Strange is the portal guy. He can do shit like that.
Well, it's not a fucking ripoff, because I also was going to be called Professor Curious. He was a dentist before he became a superhero.
Yeah, what's his backstory or something like that? Oh my god, I didn't even get that power. Oh, we're talking about the bottom of the Aura portal. But why is he a dentist?
I don't know, because Doctor Strange was a surgeon.
He was a dentist.
He was a dentist.
I don't know, maybe it was like a really hot summer and he just kind of manifested like I don't know, some like cool water. Oh, this is
looks like somebody needs a filling.
This is why we're
at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Alright, so we got bottom of the ocean dentist man. We got N-word
bottom of the
man.
ocean portal man.
We got Biggie Smalls.
Yeah. Biggie Smalls, I like that one too.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that much more, but I think that'd be a good power because he could like, he could pick up anything and make it big or small.
100%, man. I just think it's so cool.
I think probably not living being things because then he could just make everybody else small and then he's cramping Ant-Man style. But besides that,
well, it's interesting because Ant-Man makes himself small. You can make other people. Oh, imagine being small not by consent. Oh, that's Honey. That's Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. That's already done. He can only do non-living objects.
I like that. Yeah, that's fair.
Only non-living objects. But you know what his power is?
Oh, you know, it'd be really cool. Take a pebble, throw it at a guy,
make
and
it a
then right in his face as well. Yeah, shit like that would be dope.
Biggie Smalls is in, man. Biggie Smalls is in.
He's my favorite superhero we came up with so far.
Really? I'm pretty sold on N-word, man, but you can...
Of course you are. Of course you are. You try to pawn that guy off of me. I think you low-key are N-word, man.
I just think it would make for fun stories.
It would. Oh, that's a very unique type of like destroying. He doesn't destroy lives. He destroys careers.
He destroys careers.
yeah. Which I guess is still a life, but it's like.
Do you think there'd be like somebody finds like racist tweets of some like presenter and they're like, "No, I swear it was N-word, man. That wasn't me. I was being controlled, guys."
Yeah. Oh my gosh! What if somebody uses that like as like a get out of jail free card? You're so right. Whereas like I was a bit drunk last night, but that wasn't me. That was N-word man. I saw him. He was there.
It's like that scene out of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You ever watch that?
No.
They have this great scene where like a demon hacks the computer network and he starts like, honestly, this is completely off topic, but this is so funny. I have to tell you about this. You're gonna love this. So there's this demon. He hacks into the school because it's all set in a high school, right? He hacks into the school computer network and he starts putting like weird shits on people's computers. Like he messes with their operating systems, delete files and stuff. And then there's one kid, it just cuts to this random guy on a staircase in the high school who opens his laptop and literally opens up and goes, "Huh? The Third Reich is a great example of an excellently structured society. That must have been the demon guys. Who wrote that?"
Wait, what? What? No way, that's an episode.
It's in the show. It's just a random throwaway joke, but it cracks me the fuck up. Because he just opens his laptop with full puzzlement as if he's trying to find an excuse. Wait, who the fuck wrote that?
So wait, let me get this straight though. So like, what, is he like in front of the class or something like that?
No, he sits on the schoolyard. Every technology in the school is going crazy. Then
the writing on that show sounds pretty strong.
And then the writing is so corny. It's hilarious. And literally, I don't know if it's intentionally meant to be funny, but his acting so bad that it just kind of looks. It looks like the guy's looking like the guy wrote the Nazi stuff himself and is looking for an excuse.
Is there any good way to act that scene out though?
Like, I think they did the good way. I think that was the good way.
Yeah, you can't like overdo it either. What?
What? Who wrote? I would never. All
right, yeah,
I would never write. That must have been the demon, guys. Must have been the demon.
Or overact it. Demon guys. Just over the top.
And I feel like that would happen with N-word man. That people would just be like, "Oh, yeah, must have been him."
In terms of being like a fun villain, that sounds like a really fun villain to be.
He was playing Call of Duty with us. What can I say?
He has no power there. He's just like, oh wow, my power is really good here. I don't even need to show up there. You know what I mean? Like that's probably where he got his powers. He played Xbox Live so much. He kind of like just like he got the power like through the Xbox Live.
Maybe,
network.
yeah, that's a good backstory.
Yeah, that's it. He grew up on Xbox Live.
Radioactive vat of Xbox Live. When I was young, I was bitten by a radioactive
Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Got me. And ever since then, I can make people say the N-word. There's so much as a look. There's so much as a simple look. That's a great power, actually.
Backstory is actually a good point. Like I love backstories because they're always so overly dramatic, you know.
Or because like if they're done terribly as well. Because like this reminds me of like this one villain in the Batman the Animated Series. There's this one guy like called the Time Guy who literally gains the power to jump forward and backward in time at will. and his first act of business is to put on like time glasses and get in a fist fight with Batman. It's like, why is that? Why that doesn't make sense. But that's what you're gonna do. Like,
I remember the time guy actually. Yeah, that
you know
was
what I mean?
pretty
Like
wild.
that doesn't make sense. You have power over time and by extension space, and you're like, put him up. Like,
I remember this. That happens quite often because I remember watching. I think it was Fantastic Four, the animated show, where there was a guy. His superpower was that he could make any wish come true. And they beat him in like 5 minutes. And I was like, surely if this guy can make any wish, just wish for the Fantastic Four to be dead. Like,
yeah. I wish I win.
Yeah, I wish I win.
Whatever that looks like, I'll just make it happen.
How about that for a superpower? Like a monkey paw superpower where he can grant wishes, but every wish he grants comes with like a huge backside, you know?
And that would be really fun. Which I'm sure it's been fun, but it's got to be fun to write though.
Yeah, really fun to write. That would be amazing to write.
Okay. All right. So let's come up with an example then for the listeners.
Okay.
So it's like, all right. So you got to wish. I wish for $1 million.
You get $1 million.
But it costs you
but now
2
you're
kidneys.
French, huh?
I was like, it costs you 2 kidneys. Now you're French.
Now you're French.
That's a great trade-off. That would not be worth it, actually.
If you get $2 million, I'd say the trade-off should be something like.
What if that's the trade-off for everything? I want a new car.
No,
okay,
no.
but now you're French.
Now you're French.
That's just always that. It's like,
I want to rule the world. Well, now you're even more French.
No. D'accord.
I think the trade-off for getting $2 million in cash should be that the IIS gets called immediately about your new income, like the tax man.
You got to deal with taxes.
Immediately,
you got to deal with litigation.
Immediately.
And they immediately go after like
and because you get the
850,000.
money instantaneously, you're already late on declaring it. So you're like you immediately dodge taxes.
And you have to go to court for
Yeah.
like the next year and a half.
Your life is immediately ruined.
Oh, gee, yeah, these are great trade-offs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more for the road. I get to fly, but every time you fly, like you have to leave your clothes behind.
I just fucking knocked the camera a bit to the left. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yes.
You have to leave your clothes behind.
Yeah, like you can't fly with clothes on.
So you take off and suddenly you're naked.
Yeah, and on top of that, then you get done in immediately for public nudity. You know what I mean? So it's like, sounds cool, but you gotta...
every time you fly.
You can't fly with clothes on.
Every time you fly, your clothes disappear, and in front of you appears a police officer and a whole
just waiting
class
for
of
you.
primary school kids.
Yeah, literally. Which, to be fair, if you're flying over to school, you're gonna catch a preschool. You're gonna catch a playground, and it's
Every
not.
time you fly, you get convicted as a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's a great trade-off. That's a great trade-off.
It makes you think, like, how badly do I need to get to work this morning? How badly do I need to get to the West Coast? Like, all right, let's say like there's a villain attacking. You're just like, he's attacking there. You take the bus.
And on our newest issue, we have Pedo Flyman versus
Pedo Fly. That's his name.
Flyman versus the N-word man.
Oh, that's a great trade-off, dude.
How do you ruin someone's reputation who's already a convicted pedophile?
He's just screaming the N-word. Damn it, it's not me. Dang it. Just keep saying it. He's flying over. A naked pedophile.
And the police officer is saying, like, he doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah. Wait. We didn't let him... Let's hear his side of the argument. Oh my god, that's such a good... That's a great sketch.
I don't know if that would be a great sketch.
You get to film it.
Yeah.
You get to be the flying
I don't
guy.
know if you want anybody to act. I don't think you're going to find any actors, man, to be honest.
I'm sure whoever does The Boys would be like, yeah, that's pretty tame considering what we do.
Yeah. The Boys actually a good thing to bring up, speaking of superheroes.
Yeah.
That's very topical and relevant. That's very good, like.
100%, yeah. That's very
good.
like relevant.
Better than the comics.
100%,
One of the
man.
few TV shows ever to be like just way better than the comics.
And the comics are good. Like, they're not putting the comics down.
Comics are good. Garth Ennis is just a bit of an edgy boy. Like a little too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the shock factor gets in the way of it being a good story here and there.
Yeah.
Which I like shock factor and stuff, but it's just like if you're just trying to be shocking. And it's the same as comedy. When comedy just tries to be shocking, it just becomes kind of weak.
Yeah. You said that? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyways, the flying pedophile, man.
Yeah, flying pedophile. No, I hear you, man. No, but the boys, like, they kind of have stuff like that. Like the Invisible Man for the first one, he had a similar trade-off where it's like, it has to be naked forward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't invulnerable from the inside, so that's how they blow him up. They put a fucking bomb in his ass.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot there was an Invisible Man. That's the first guy they fucking murder.
Yeah, Jesus. But we have, I think, Invisible Fly guy as well. But if there's a single article of clothing, like, you can't even have a sock covering it. It won't work.
So he's invisible as well, so he's safe from the
no. Our guy's flying guy.
Children.
Everyone sees him.
Oh yeah, everyone sees him.
He's whiter than I am, so everybody sees. He catches a light.
He's rainbow colored.
He's rainbow colored. Maybe he goes up to the clouds as fast as possible. Like fuck.
Yeah, that's how rainbows are made. That's wholesome. I like it.
Oh yeah, very good.
I like it.
Oh, okay, and who plays him? Who plays his character?
I'd say we get it to be played by Russell Crowe.
I'd say he'd be down for it. Oh no, but he's like a retired gruddy version. He's just like, I gave up the superhero life.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
I can't deal with being naked and turning into a rainbow every time.
Like, you can only be called a pedophile so many times before you think to yourself, you know what? Metro has this. Metro Police, they got it. You know what? Let the National Guard take this. I'm tired of being a pedophile.
I'm gonna call the cops on this one. Yeah. I think we should come up with more superheroes. I think we got into. They have to have like a trick to it on pedophile flyman,
because it's a great idea, man. Fuck. All right, so what's another one then? Okay. I got pedophile flyman. So who's your guy?
I am okay. How about?
What would be a cool power? Then we'll come up with a downturn.
How about? I actually think Monkey Paw Guy was a very good idea.
Okay, yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's how we're pedophile.
But you're French. But your French is a great catch.
Sneezing. I'm trying to think. What'd be a cool superpower? What if you had a superpower that would just make your life like more convenient? You know, like something that's not. It doesn't help you fight crime. Doesn't help you like solve the world's issues, but it makes your life a whole lot more convenient. Like free Wi-Fi. That's your superpower.
You emit Wi-Fi.
You just got free Wi-Fi.
Captain Hotspot.
Yeah, 4G fucking everything, dude. You just got to 5 bars.
Or maybe like you always appear in 4K. Even if it's a low quality camera, you're always 4K.
You put on a hat, you're like, sorry, just let me just put on my VPN there.
Yeah. Put on good glasses as well, sunglasses. Just kind of like, let me just get a little node of security in the mix.
I think that'd be, if you just emit internet, that'd be a good one. Yeah, I'd have that.
And what's the trade-off though?
What is that trade-off? We're not Monkey Paw Man anymore.
I like that though. You need a trade-off. Or you need like a kryptonite or something like that. I don't know. Maybe if there's like cloud cover, like you just like, you get depressed.
Now you're French.
If you ever get cloud cover, you get depressed. Like, oh, what's the point?
Everybody can connect to your hotspot. That's the trade-off.
Oh, and you see all the internet traffic going through. Like, oh, that's a lot of porn. Oh.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes through your head. You're just kind of like, oh, wow.
He takes some people who watch dodgy porn. That's like his day-to-day.
It's that guy. That can both be the superpower as well. Like, he's free Wi-Fi, but if he catches you doing that guy, get that guy.
That guy.
He's on the dark web buying a gun. Get him. Get that guy. He's weird. I was thinking about like a trade-off there. All right, so this guy, you have super strength. But the thing is, anytime you lift something heavy, like you do shit yourself.
What?
So like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about strength. And
every time he's just really strong, but he
loose
shits
bowels.
Himself. You're just making yourself a superhero.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's not a superhero. That's just your life.
That's just my battle.
You go to the gym and then you shit yourself.
More or less.
Yeah, that's literally your life.
I am rolling. That's why I think I could write that guy. I could be that guy. Dude, you fucking jump the gun. There could be a producer watching this shit being like, oh,
I have an idea for a superhero. How about a guy who's a great stand-up comedian, but the trade-off is he's German.
What? And his arch enemy is Captain Political Correctness.
Oh man, Captain Political Correctness. So it actually sounds like a superhero like Fox News would come up with.
Captain Political. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro is working on a screenplay as we speak.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely horrendously unfunny. Oh Jesus.
Goddamn. All right. So okay, but I was thinking like, all right, strength and trade-off, like just trying to pick up a car or something like that. Ugh.
Then you shit yourself. No, I get it.
You know, there
you
go.
I appreciate you trying to explain the concept again, but when you said you shit yourself when you pick something, I kind of got it very quickly.
Okay. So it's like when he picks up a plane, he stops like a plane. I just keep describing shit. So like there are people like locked underneath like a falling building. You know, you help, but they're like, oh.
I'd say that's a step down from every time you fly, you become a convicted pedophile.
Yeah, that is true.
It is a bit of a step down, but it's still pretty good.
Hey man, it can't be fucking.
I'm behind it.
Hey man, fucking can't be batting hundreds all the time, you know.
How about you can your power is you have like a charisma overload, right? You can just make friends with everybody. You don't even need to try. Like you could go up to like Putin and within 5 minutes he's like he's not so bad. 5 minutes like get out Ukraine, so if you fucking tell me.
Well, as long as you share with me that rotisserie recipe, all right? Like something you just buy. I'll get it out, but I gotta know what's in that casserole. I gotta know.
As long as you let me know how you make those brownies, I'll be fucking.
Yeah, that's it. You know, we'll fucking. All right, not so bad.
That's a good power, though, right? The charisma man.
That's an amazing one.
Yeah,
Captain Riz or something like that. I don't know. Outside of some Riz.
And then the trade-off is he has a tiny willy.
So like for the women, it's just kind of like
minuscule.
For the women, like that's just where it goes. It just drops off.
No, like his insane charisma is where he fucks, but does he fuck?
Not much. But he has so much Riz. People say like, how was it? It was amazing for most of it. It was amazing until we actually did it, and after it was great too. I like that. That's a really cool power.
You
like
just so many orgasms.
Yeah, so many orgasms. That was basically like your. So that's basically 80s Trump. What you just described.
Yeah.
Captain Riz was 80s Trump.
You want to go again? No, you're too tired.
You're too tired. No, you're too tired. I'm the best you've ever had.
I think
Captain Riz is a good one.
Captain Riz, yeah, that is if fucking Donald Trump had that power, that's the trade-off. You get that power, but you turn into Donald Trump. That's the trade-off.
Oh, so you're also a pedophile.
Yeah. Nice.
Bing.
Nice.
Zing. High five. No, I like that idea. But all right, then quick question was, so is that actually a trade-off? You become Donald Trump?
No, I like the tiny Willy more.
Tiny Willy.
Yeah,
that balances
tiny
out.
Willy is better.
And is that like a side effect of the superpower, or is that just a horrible coincidence?
It's a side effect. The
side effect of the power.
The second you get the superpower, like 80% of your dick just falls off.
Or just kind of like
and
that first superpower just shrinks.
It's really painful.
How do you have Riz with a painful tiny dick?
Well, it only happens once.
You guys come here often? Fuck.
It only happens once. That's the thing. It only happens once you get the
process is very painful.
Once you get the super, it happens once. And then you're fine. Then you have
You get used to it after that.
And then they send you to North Korea, and by the end of it, you and Kim Jong-un are making a mixtape, you know?
All right, I'm digging it. Okay, so all right, no, that's a very good power. I like that. Captain Riz, man, it's gonna be hard to follow that, man.
And like, because you can, like, Captain Riz can riz up anybody, right? He can riz up anybody. It's his power within seconds. Captain Riz, he got the riz. But you know what Captain Riz never has? A portal to the bottom of the fucking ocean. Never.
That's true. None of them do.
None of them do.
Oh, we peaked too early.
Yeah. Bottom of the ocean, man.
Bottom of the ocean, man.
Ocean man.
I think you see someone getting lippy with him. He just starts doing the thing. You guys talking shit? Sorry, you talking shit?
Oh, looks like there's a one-way ticket to the bottom of the ocean.
It's such an obscure concept. There's not even too many jokes there. It's
looks like someone's sleeping with the fishes tonight.
Sleeping with the fishes. Yeah. Under pressure, pressing down on me, pressing down. Yeah, just Freddie Mercury.
He'd be great with the lads, though, dude. He'd be great with the lads, because like if you're hanging out, you having pints, you all say making disgusting jokes. And somebody is like, oh man, there's no way we could take this any lower. There's no way we could go any lower than this. And then he's like, I fucking know a place. I know where we could take this.
So wait, he's just not like just down in the dirt, just like, oh, I've never been so low in my life. Like someone who's taken up heroin, lost their family, everything like that. Really? What's
you want to be a bit lower?
And now I'm heroin, lost my family, lost my job, and now I'm at the bottom of the ocean.
And he helps absolutely nobody, because the second they go to the bottom of the ocean, they just explode.
Yeah, they just blow up. Yeah. There's nothing to be gained.
Dr. Bees. You ever watch Dr. Bees?
No.
It's like animation on YouTube where they'd be like, oh no, my child is stuck in a tree. I wonder if anybody can help. And then Dr. Bee shows up. He's a guy in a bee costume. He's like, I know what this situation needs. Bees. And everybody just gets stung and nobody gets helped. Oh,
that's really funny.
My favorite is like, oh no, there's been an outbreak at the National Bee Convention. Help, we're surrounded by millions of bees. Dr. Bee shows up. A couple of extra bees ought to help this out.
That's really funny. That's really funny. Oh my god, the bee's knees over there. That's a really good fucking power. I like that a lot. Oh shit, man. That's I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna look into that. That's
a couple of bees. We'll watch it after the podcast.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of like that one. You ever see like superhero movie? It's like scary movie, but it's like
hero movie.
Yeah, hero movie. And then he's just kind of like I have these titanium knives. They can cut through diamonds. I'm not wearing any diamonds. It's like you miss a point, but like, all right.
That movie is god awful though.
I know, but there's a few bits in there that gets me.
There's a couple of good jokes in there, but overall it's pretty god awful.
Is there Leslie Nielsen's in it? So like I watch it for the Leslie Nielsen factor.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people in it. I think that was just the time when they were not proofreading those scripts enough, you know.
I was kind of like, oh yeah, get Kevin Hart in there. We'll have a good time.
Yeah. So at the moment, the superheroes we come up with is N-word man. We got bottom of the ocean man. Well, superhero slash.
You know what? He's an anti-hero.
No, yeah, whatever.
He's an anti-hero. Like some episodes he helps, some episodes he's.
I don't think he could ever help anybody with his powers. To be honest, now. I don't think he could help anybody with his powers.
There's got to be a situation where like that just he just gets the right person to just tank their own career.
No.
What are you talking about? He could take down all of right-wing media.
No, he couldn't. What are you talking about?
He could literally be like,
honestly, dude,
Tucker Carlson is just kind of like, I'm just talking about stats. Look at those. Makes him drop it.
If Tucker Carlson said the N-word, then all of his friends would be like, yeah, fucking fair enough. What are you talking about?
That's
the
true.
only people who are going to have an issue with that people who already hate him.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think outside of the box here.
There's no positive spin to this. The only thing you can do is really ruin Eminem's life.
Oh my god, all these rappers coming out of the woodwork. I knew it. I knew it since the 90s. Oh my god. You know what? What if he's like
anyways, I want to do the list here before we start going on about N-word man again. We have
I got a lot to say.
N-word man is there. To me, he's probably at the bottom because you know that superpower kind of sucks. Like it's funny, but it kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
Then we have
bottom of the ocean.
Bottom of the ocean man. Well, I was gonna rank him higher, but yeah, let's put him there. Bottom of the ocean man.
Where else would he be if not the bottom? Boom.
We got the monkey paw guy. He can grant any wish, but there's a huge downside.
Turn out to be French.
We got well, whatever happens, but mostly French.
Love it.
There's a guy who can fly, but every time he flies, there's a class of school children and a police officer appears, immediately convict him as a pedophile.
For the record, he has to be naked, so it's like it's not like a guaranteed pedophile write-off, but it's like he is rolling the dice that he's not going to get charged as being a pedophile.
Yeah, and they just appear out of thin air, so he the chances are very high he gets. So he can fly, but he's a pedophile.
He's pedophile.
Yeah, he's a pedophile.
He has like a bunch of like restraining orders. He can't go within like 200 meters above a school.
Yeah, above a school. Above a school.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because normally it's like latitude, but like no, just above.
And then you got
Captain Shit himself.
You got Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. That's great. Yeah. That's a great one.
Captain Shit himself.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting someone. Am I forgetting someone?
Who was the last guy we talked about?
Yeah, we talked about a good guy there, but I gotta remember what the fuck it was. Captain Riz.
Captain
That's my favorite, to be honest. I'm a big fan of Captain Riz.
You know what? Because that's like
Riz does up.
Yeah, because you know what it is?
By osmosis.
Yeah, that's it. No, he's like, that's like a soft power. You know what I mean? He just goes in, he's just kind of like, hey, man, you know?
Yeah, it's soft.
Yeah, and soft, yeah. Let's not blow this out of proportion, okay? No, but like I think like you can just like introduce him and send like any sort of peace talks, and you'll just sort it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He sorts out all peace talks. He rizzes up everybody. He can sleep with whoever he wants. He just can't give him a good night.
That's a great trade-off as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, these are great. These are great, man.
I'd say we go with Captain Rizman.
Captain Rizman is probably the best one.
Well, I was saying Captain Rizman, not Captain Rizman. I think Captain Riz is good enough as a title.
Oh, so it could be a woman. It could be a woman. But
Captain Riz could be a woman as well.
But then what's the trade-off then? Does she have tiny vagina? What is the female equivalent of that? What is the female equivalent of that? She has a tiny vagina? Like, I don't know. What? Like, what is it?
Tiny vagina.
I don't know. What would that be for a woman?
Let's try to think of that. She is always on a period at all times.
Terrible. That's a good trade-off.
That's terrible fade.
All right, that's a great trade-off, though. That is an amazing trade-off.
Always having cramps and pains and going through that shit all the time.
And if she can still somehow have that amount of riz given her condition.
Yeah. Well,
That's sick.
Well, Captain Riz's dick is constantly shrinking, so we need something that's equally as painful.
Oh.
So that probably makes sense.
Fair. All right, no, I like that. All right. No, that's pretty cool.
Let's just say if you're Captain Riz, your genitalia doesn't work correctly.
Yeah,
no matter what or who you are.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
something wrong
Something's up. Something's up. And then it can still work for all the other powers. Like they're pretty gender neutral as well.
Let's give Captain Riz a backstory because we made Captain Riz now. He, she, they have a good name. They can be applied to any gender neutral, gender based characters. You know, the mantle can be taken up by anybody in the world. Let's come up with a backstory for the first Captain Riz. Who's the first Captain Riz?
Well, I'll tell you what. Who would it be?
I'd say the first Captain Riz ends the
Cold War.
The Cold War. I was gonna say the Korean Wars. The North Korea. He brings North Korea and South Korea back together.
But they're not.
Maybe Captain Riz.
But they're not together.
Maybe Captain...
He's a terrible Captain Riz, if that's the case.
Captain Riz was a member of the IRA. And he...
like that politician.
And he walks in and he negotiates the reclamation of the 6 counties from the British Empire.
So we're rewriting history at this point.
Yeah, but, you know, that's comic books. So he's Irish. The first Captain Riz is
what
an
county?
Irish guy. Mayo.
Why Mayo? Who's that?
You want him to be on mustard?
Who's that? Ketchup. Come on, ketchup. No, who's that? Who's the music guy? The Follow Me, I'm Delicious.
Oh, Gary Noon.
If anyone had that power, it would be him.
No, dude.
I think it would be him. If anyone had Captain Riz.
That man is pretty Riz. That man is a Rizzler. Like, that is a Rizzler, but we're talking different level of Riz here.
He could do it. I'm sure he could go in and be like,
Gary Noon is
come
Captain
here to
Riz.
me, royal family.
We got it. Captain, stop trying to do the impression.
I tried.
Well, we gotta.
I tried so hard.
We're like 10 episodes and I gotta get to stop you from doing impressions. That is the only thing I want.
We got to stop doing the impressions now. You need to cease all the activities.
Look how you're doing to the audio, man. You're spiking the audio like crazy.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, carry on. All right, Captain Riz. Captain Riz.
I'm so sorry about that. Ooh.
I do every accent except my own. My own there, bad.
Captain Riz is an Irish guy. I'm down with that.
I like that. Yeah,
he
keep
can
it
even
local.
be Gary Noon. It's Gary Noon, but he's in the IIA, and he lives during the Troubles. And he ends them all. He walks into the room and he sorts out everything.
Don't come to the pub tomorrow.
There's all these like IIA and pro-treaty and anti-treaty, all these people in a room fighting, having arguments, and he walks in, and then 5 minutes later, everybody's like, "Why didn't we see it that way? Like, why didn't?"
Yeah, when you put it that way,
it actually quite makes sense.
They just look across the aisle and they're just like, you're not so bad.
Yeah, he gets on a map and he's like, "Hey, look at that! It's all on the same island.
All right,
maybe just make it one country."
And how did
I mean, if you put it that way,
and you know how he got his powers?
That does make sense.
Yeah.
We put a border right through the middle of an island. That was kind of stupid of us.
And you know what he got? You know how he got his powers? A radioactive bag of Tato.
A radioactive spud bit him.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. But like, isn't like Tato Land in County Mayo or something like that? So it's kind of like, what
Tato
if they...
Land doesn't exist anymore.
Well, when it was, like, they were like workshopping sort of like this new project, but like, this is too powerful. But like, it gets out kind of like the Spider and Spider-Man. And
he
then
gets
he's just
bitten
like...
by a radioactive pint of Guinness.
He gets bit by it. It gets spilt on his shirt and it just contaminates his...
When I was young, I got bitten by a radioactive Brit.
And now I'm insufferable. That's his enemy. That's his enemy.
Yeah,
that's his arch enemy.
But no, let's follow. He's not too much in the troubles. He kind of solves the troubles, right? This is what I'm trying to get to. Is that he's from Ireland and he sorts out the Irish Civil War and he gets the counties back. But then he goes to the States and he becomes the normal superhero. Like, he's not based in Ireland. He does what most young Irish people do and he fucks off.
He goes to Canada.
Yeah, he fucks off and he lives somewhere else.
Yeah,
because he's an Irish person with talent, so he's not gonna stay in the country. So he leaves.
Shots fired.
He leaves and he meets like Captain America and he meets Iron Man and all the lads, and
I see why you're all called fantastic.
But he needs tragedy.
What happens? Tragedy.
How about
it has to happen before he gets the powers? Like, great power comes great responsibility. He learns early on how to use his powers.
In during the Troubles, the Brits would have like these border control stations where a lot of tans would like hide in a bush, and then on command they would just like fucking massacre whoever they were searching if they thought they were like a threat to the British Empire. How about his family got shot at a traffic stop by tans, That's how he lost all his family.
How does that relate to Riz though? Like, because they
listen.
didn't have enough Riz.
Listen,
Because if only they were more likable.
Listen, and he got imprisoned. He got arrested and imprisoned and interrogated. And that's when his ability awakens. That's when his quirk develops. Because he
learns how to get the gift of the gab like to like monumentous levels. Or
when
something
I was
like that.
young, I was bitten by radioactive Blarney Stone.
Okay.
He kisses the Blarney Stone. They lock him up. They lock him up in Blarney Castle. That's where they lock him up in. Because that's being used.
Let's go, boy.
And he kisses the Blarney Stone, and then he talks his way out of his imprisonment. He just, while he's being interrogated, he actually talks him way out of this. He just walks out scot-free, and then he ends the troubles just by
And they let everybody else out as well.
Yeah,
They're like, what are we
out.
doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? This
what
is
kind of
silly.
life am I leading? What kind of
What are
example
we
for my
doing?
kids am I leading here? And they just like lets everybody out. That's sick. All right.
That's a backstory. We got the backstory. Captain Riz kissed the Blarney Stone while he was imprisoned at Blarney Castle.
Will that change his
for
name then?
terrorist
So is he,
activity. No, he's Captain Riz, man.
Still Captain Riz?
Yeah, I don't want to kill him like fucking Flynn or
I'm
Riz.
just thinking if he got the Blarney Stone, where it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Blarney Riz.
Yeah, Blarney Riz or something like
Blarney
that.
Riz was actually kind of cool.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where
Blarney
we're
Riz
getting
actually
Blarney
does.
Riz.
Yeah, Blarney Riz is his name.
Look, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Blarney Riz.
Blarney
Sick, dude.
Riz.
Blarney Riz.
Blarney Riz obviously then leaves, and I think he becomes a member of the Avengers as well, because he has ultimate Riz, so he can just like ace the job interview, right?
Oh, the Chitauri come down is like, stop it.
Just
chill out.
Yeah, but there's absolutely no way he does not become a
He and
member.
Thanos talk it out.
He becomes a member, even if he like doesn't do anything, he becomes a member of the Avengers. Because like he will just ace the job interview, right?
100%. Oh no, like Captain America and
Yeah.
Tony Stark. He solves Civil War. Like when they have that movie where they fight, he just walks in. Hey guys,
That's what I'm trying to
come
say.
on.
Is I don't think he needs to prove his usefulness or be good in any way.
I disagree.
I
Let's
think
take this power and just like let's have it be the thing.
No,
that they
I
need.
know, but that's later. You're thinking later. You was thinking of him already helping them out.
I'm just thinking ideas.
No,
I'm
no,
firing
no.
all cylinders
Don't
here.
put the horses before the cart. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to go to America, and on the first week, he's going to walk into the Avengers headquarters and just talk himself into a job there immediately. Because he's just gonna riz him up so hard that Iron Man, Captain America, like, I guess we have to have a new member. This guy.
I like that. Yeah.
Blarney Riz.
Yeah. Nick Fury's just like, all right, listen. Normally no, but you get in there.
Look, we are full up, but if you give me the recipe to those brownies.
That's how every conversation ends. At the final Avengers movie, like Thanos doing the same thing. All right, here's the stones back. Just as long as you show me that. So apparently he's an amazing chef. On top of it all off, he just makes a killer.
If you show me how you made that hollandaise sauce, I will. Whew.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh! Like hey, look. Anything to have a cup of tea with this guy. I'll just bust out the banjo or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Captain Riz, man. He's the Blarney Riz. Blarney
Riz, not Captain Riz. It's Blarney Riz.
Blarney Riz, buddy. I like that shit. Oh man, that's a great superhero.
Blarney Riz. I think that's the one we're going with. So we have his backstory. Family gets shot by the Tans. He gets imprisoned wrongfully, of course, because that's always wrongfully. He kisses the Blarney Stone in prison, and he talks his way out of freeing all the prisoners. He ends Island's struggle. He goes to America, talks himself into a job at the Avengers. Just fucking, this is how I want it to happen, right? I literally want him to walk. He walks in and he talks to the receptionist at the Avengers Tower. Just fucking talks to the receptionist, and then it just cuts to 5 minutes later.
He's in the boardroom.
He's in the boardroom like Tony Stark.
Well, what do you got?
Well, I guess we gotta hire this guy.
And no, it just shows him like walking out of there. Okay, just so long as you show me that brownie recipe, you can do whatever you want, buddy. It always goes down to brownies. I don't know why. As long as you get that blood.
As long as you show me the recipes for those brownies.
Yeah.
I think that's a great backstory. But who is his arch enemy though? Is it Edward Man?
Probably, yeah.
Because he can ruin Captain Riz. Because that's the ultimate way to destroy your Riz. Is if you say the N-word, then your Riz is gone.
That's a big counter. Yeah.
Big counter Riz.
And then he has to like build up his credentials after that, where he's just kind of like.
I don't like where this is going though. Because
no, that's good though, because there's like a good like sort of like there's a good like downturn, like the fall before the rise of the hero.
No, I don't like where this is going, because then you're gonna end up with Captain, because he's got the gift of the gab, right? He's so charismatic. He can talk himself out of any hole. So you're gonna end up with Captain Riz perfectly defending why he says the N-word because he has to get himself out of it.
And then you can copy paste. No, I think it's more like he goes on like an apology tour or something like that, but like the best apology tour of all time.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like he says it wasn't right.
And then at the very last stop, the very last apology, N-word man makes him say it again. And he's like, God damn it!
This fucking guy. I already told the world my brownie recipe. That's all I had. His superpower is just like he has a killer brownie recipe that everybody wants to.
That's a plot twist.
That's the fucking
Riz.
Riz.
Actually just incredible at making brownies.
I love this so much. Oh my god, it's not rocket science. You just make great recipes. It goes back to the Blarney Stone as well. He's locked up there, just kind of like, you made this from in there? Jeez,
do we have anybody who's immune to his powers though? Like if you look at all the Marvel and DC super, like for example the Joker, would Blarney Riz work on the Joker? Because the Joker is like a sociopath. Like he's not.
I think it'd be dangerous because the Joker would like him a lot, but then he'd probably just like kill him like instantaneously.
I like the idea. Yeah, I like the idea that his powers are just useless against someone like the Joker because he's not a normal person, you know.
Exactly.
He's like heavily mentally
because he'd be into
up.
it. He'd be eating the brownies, and he still kills. That's how evil the Joker is. He eats the brownie and still kills you after. Like
I just think the Joker wouldn't understand something like charisma. That's not something he's concerned with at all. Like he has no interest in people being charismatic. He's just a crazy person.
The laughing gas, everything. Everyone thinks he's just having a good time. No, I'm dying.
And that's where the story became interesting then, because he can basically take care of any threat that is human and normal. But as soon as people are too psychotic and too fucking out of their head insane, that's when Captain Riz gets really interesting, because then he has to find creative ways to use his powers to beat him, you know?
Yeah.
Like he could charm Joker's underlings or fuck Harley Quinn or something.
Dude, that's a way to do it. And she's somehow satisfied. Remember, tiny dick.
yeah, I forgot that. Tiny dick,
yeah, that's the
dick.
trade-off. He does have a tiny penis. But no, I'm with you there. And then another one I was thinking about, because you brought up the Marvel heroes before, like Ultron, who is like an android.
Yeah. Ultron is a good one.
Yeah, AI doesn't give a fuck about Riz. Like they'll fucking take that into consideration. Just like, I don't eat brownies. I don't eat brownies.
I think that's what becomes really interesting.
Yeah.
Because any human level threat, he could just fucking like sort out by giving them brownies. But anything that's like a bit out supernatural, there could be problems, you know?
Yeah, but like he can still work. Like I think, like let's say, like, you know, like there's alien underlings. He can still charm the underlings, but he can't charm the main alien.
Well, some people like Magneto, for example. Magneto's like a pretty like Magneto is like a revengeful, spiteful man, but he's a pretty normal dude compared to someone like the Joker, you know? Like Magneto and Joker are both like mass murderers, but Magneto is kind of like if he's talking, he sounds like a normal old guy. You know? So he could probably rizz up Magneto, no problem, but he couldn't rizz up the Joker because the Joker's brain doesn't work like a normal human.
Unless he has a helmet on. You didn't think about that?
Well, no, because his powers are not telepathically based.
I do think that's hilarious. I was just like Magneto, one of the biggest villains in the X-Men, is just kind of like, yeah, this guy here, this guy trouble here, this fucking guy. He's like taking selfies. They're at like a beach, beaches or something like that.
I think someone like Magneto, he could raise up, and I think
they're eating his brownies.
Yeah. Yeah, someone like Bane, you know, Bane's a pretty scary dude, but at the end of the day, Bane is just like a buff gym bro. Like, he can fucking rizz him up.
I think I could get on with Bane, personally.
Yeah, the only people he can't rizz up are people who are so psychotic that, like, charisma and normal human interaction doesn't work for them. I think that's people he can't, or like machines and robots.
That's a really cool trait.
Yeah.
That's an interesting world. So what if it's like an X-Men Days of Future Past or something like that? Like he's one of the last humans, but so he's really put in a corner for how to use his power.
Yeah, maybe that's interesting. He gets transported to timeline where there's no other humans. Oh wait,
I like to see the intro. In a world where there's no one to rizz up, what is left for the man with all the riz left?
Now you come up with a good storyline, man. This is actually a great idea. You ever watch an anime called Psycho-Pass?
The name kind of rings a bell. I don't know, not the anime. No, I wouldn't have read the anime.
It was big in like 2008. The manga was a really big deal, and the whole premise of it is there's like a super AI computer who analyzes people's like mind states.
Okay.
So everybody knows how like mentally ill or mentally unwell everybody else is. So people get arrested before they ever commit crimes. And it basically kills all empathy in all human beings after a while. And everybody just turns into a sociopath. Like, nobody has any emotions anymore. And imagine Blarney Riz being transported to a world similar to that, where everybody has become apathetic to anything. And his powers are suddenly completely useless.
Well, the thing I like about that side, though, is that what if he kind of reintroduces Riz and empathy into the world? Like, it starts small,
story, dude.
But
now
he's the
seed.
He's the seed for, like, bringing Riz out. Bro, write this
now
down.
we're on to the story.
Write this down. Like, this is actually really cool, though.
He realized that his real power wasn't having Riz, it was having love.
It wasn't about having Riz. It's about having the friends helping the friends along the way.
Yeah, well, the real Riz is the friends we made along the way.
Riz isn't measured by you. It's about the amount of Riz with the people around you. He's infectiously Riz.
We actually do know a comic book artist, so we might shout out Kevin Smith, buy his comics.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah, I love that man. That man is fucking incredible. Guy.
I like that because he's also a comic. So he's like a comic writer in like every term of the word.
I always make fun of him though because he started comedy the same time as me and James, and then he went and did something completely different and was like 10 times as successful.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a renowned comic book writer. We're like, yeah, but your 10 minutes set.
That little motherfucker.
Yeah, nah, he's awesome. I love that dude.
Write out, great guy. We could write out. We write out Blarney Riz. We'll send it to Kevin, and then Kevin will be like, "These are gonna work."
How about a one shot? If we can make a really cool one shot comic of like how it starts, or something like that, then we'll see where it goes. You know, I like that.
We can't draw though, so
we'll get the nerds to do that.
We'll get the nerds. We'll get the
nerds to get the AI to do it.
Blarney Riz. I like this, man. I think we've come up with something really good. I think we've come up with something strong here, and I think that could be a storyline as he goes to a world where people are all apathetic.
But he reintroduces it. He's the seed for Riz in a world without Riz.
And then he goes back into his original time. We can't have the Avengers in it though, because that's copyrighted. So we'll just have like a replacement Avengers. We'll do a boys on it. We'll make up our own like shitty version of the Avengers. This is Captain USA. Commodore States.
This is Copperman.
Copperman. I am the bulk.
This is... I'm the Badger.
It's the arachnophobe.
I'm the arachnophobe. I'm Owlman. Oh, Owlman is real, actually. Shit.
I love Fantastic Four. Imagine if it was like, it's the Grand 3.
Yeah, the All Right 2.
It's the All Right 7.
Yeah, they're okay. I like to see there's always like amazing, like spectacular Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. There's never going to be like, we do what we can for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, where we show up when we can. That's probably our superheroes. Like, you know, fucking Captain Shit himself, Pedophile Flyman, Monkey Paw. Those, like, we're okay. Like,
yeah,
we'll help, but it's gonna cost you.
That's something I always think about is like how you know, it's always the amazing, the incredible Batman, the amazing Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four. In my head, I'm like, all they do is punch people.
I could have done.
Really, that's fantastic.
I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. You know,
it'd be fantastic if they solved global warming.
That would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
Imagine if Hulk just did that and was just kind of like, you know, the ozone layer.
Punched it.
Sort of right out. Turns out you just needed to punch the hole in the ozone.
What if they what if Blarney Riz, all right? So Blarney Riz exists in the same universe as all the other heroes we came up with. So we have Bottom of the Ocean Man, we have Biggie Smalls, we have
yeah, like that. Yeah, those are our base heroes.
Monkey Paw Guy.
Pedofly.
Yeah, Pedofly. Pedofly is around. And they're just all around. They're just background characters. But it's about Blarney Riz, really. But this is the other heroes he encounters.
Keep in mind, if it's like a one-shot, like they're going to be very, very minor characters. We don't have too many times. Yeah.
But I'm thinking of like a boy sort of style, you know, where there's all these wild, crazy background characters that you just kind of want to know more about, but you don't.
I love that though. Yeah, get people roped into it.
Yeah, that's something Invincible is fun. Speaking of heroes, Invincible, unreal. But that's something that the comics Invincible are so good at, because Invincible will show you like an insane character design who seems extremely strong, and then he pops up for 2 pages and doesn't come back until 5,000 chapters later. Yeah, you're like, whoa.
Well, they also have like really cool sort of like just like offshoots, like arcs or something like that. Like like there's some characters that just get like, you know, 3 episodes or whatever, and it's just kind of like, oh shit, like that's what you're doing on the back burner. Like, oh wow.
Yeah, and it's always inconsequential to the main story, which makes it so great. Like Battle Beast is always my favorite example.
100%. He showed up for one episode, fucked everyone up, and it was just like, oh okay, so that's that's like not of this world. Okay,
and he becomes like one of the most important characters later. It's like, oh
yeah, spoilers.
Just bring him back.
Spoiler warning, but he is fucking sick in the
he's cool as fuck. Battle Beast can be in our comic book as well. We'll just steal him.
So what we call him? We'd call him
Battle Bitch.
Fighter pussy.
For the pussy.
Fighting pussy. Wow.
Wow.
Oh shit, man! I think it was.
I think we've got a good idea there. Bloody Riz.
All right, stay tuned for that.
I just want to summarize it for Bloody Riz used to be living in Ireland during the Troubles, and then his family got summarily executed by British troops. So Bloody Riz got imprisoned in Bloody Castle. His name was Bloody Riz then. His name was Jonathan Riz.
I thought it was Garen.
Let's just still make his
name is Riz.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's Irish as well, so like Mick Riz.
Yeah, his name
Mac
is
Riz.
His name is like Sean Riz, and he goes to the
Sean Riz.
He gets imprisoned in Bloody Castle by the Brits. During his imprisonment, he sneaks out and kisses the Bloody Stone. He gets imbued with the gift of the gap. He talks himself out of prison. He talks all the other prisoners out of prison, and he solves the troubles within the day by just being. Hey, you can have the counties back, but give me that fucking.
You get those counties as long as I get those brownies.
Yeah,
it's
you
always
keep
about
peeking
brownies.
the mic. Hold that farther away a little bit. There
Oh
you
my
go.
No.
I hope if the audio is too fucked up, you can blame James because I haven't peaked once.
We'll fix it.
James peaked in
We'll fix it
school.
in post.
So where was I? Oh yeah. So he walks into the Troubles. They're like, you can have the counties back if we can have those brownies. And then he goes to America. He moves to America. Oh, old Bloody Rizzy lives in the States now. So he lives in America. And then in America, he talks himself into a job at the Avengers, or whatever Avengers equivalent. The, what is like a shitty name for the Revengers?
The we're gonna get yous.
The we're
Gonna get yous. I know something like that. I don't know.
The, I'll get ya.
The Justifiables.
The Justifiables. I don't know, something like that. He goes into the Hero Tower. He speaks to the receptionist. Hard cut. Suddenly he's walking out of the boardroom, shaking out his going, hey, you have the job, but send me on that recipe.
I can see that in comics being
Yeah.
really funny, where it's just like he's at the receptionist, 5 minutes later he's in the office, 5 minutes
Page
later.
turn.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Page turn. Shoop.
Hey, yeah, all right, as long as you share those brownie recipes, it shows him like just like 3 separate sort of like end of world potential threats, and they all end with like the bad guy just being like, all right, I'll leave this planet so long as you give me those brownies.
That's the first thing I think he does is he becomes a member of this hero organization. He gets the funding he needs, and he just solves all the diplomatic issues in the world like immediately. He solves every diplomatic issue immediately. Right? That's the first thing he does.
All right, we'll go carbon neutral so long as you get me those brownies.
That's an hour one shot. That's the first thing he does.
Yeah.
And then in our one shot, he gets transported to this universe. I don't know how we got to do this, but he gets transported to this universe where nobody has feelings.
As time jumped, he gets jumped forward in time. Let's
Yeah,
keep it on our Earth.
Some villain time jumps him.
Yeah, exactly.
Random villain. Fucking
before he can offer the brownie recipes.
Bottom of the ocean man. Bottom of the ocean man makes a random portal and he goes back in time. And bottom of the ocean.
I never told you what point in time.
No. But it'd be funny if bottom of the ocean man is like, a time to send you to the bottom of the ocean, and he just gets back sent in time, and bottom of the ocean man is like, I had no idea I could do that.
Wait.
Wait, I thought what?
That whole time he's like, wait, what? I can do that? And I like that.
And his villain friends are like, yeah, do that again. He's like, I have no idea what the fuck. I have no idea how I did that.
You know, dude. He spends he spends the rest of the comics trying
to figure it out. Yeah.
How to do it
and
again.
He's just like, shit, it's the bottom of the ocean again.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, but then here's how it ends though. When he finally figures it out, he brings Blarney Riz back. But Blarney Riz has done what he needs to do. He started the Riz going in that universe, so it's gonna like naturally happen. You know what I mean? Where he doesn't need to lead the whole charge. He just like keeps the seed of Riz going.
Yeah, and then that could be the end. The end could be him just knocking out bottom of the ocean man, locking him up, and
where's he gonna put him?
Going about his life as a hero.
You know what? Joke's on you. I'm putting you at the top of the ocean.
What if his family was still alive in the apathetic universe, and he doesn't want to leave because his family's still there, and that's like an emotional hook.
Ooh.
Yeah, but his family doesn't have any feelings for him.
Oh no! How about this? Because it's in the future, so his descendants are there,
Oh,
and then he gets really attached to like one of his descendants,
his
children's children, or something like that. He gets really attached to them. He's like,
yeah, and they don't exist. They're not gonna exist in his timeline because they've all been shot.
This is a lot. We're gonna need to break out the whiteboard. we got a lot to digest here. We got a lot to break down.
We can always watch back the podcast and take notes. But I hope you guys enjoy it. The
and no one steal this idea, by the way.
Blani
It's our
Riz.
idea.
Yeah, nobody steal this idea. Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, no. No.
He's not gonna listen to this shit.
That's true. Yeah. He has a good sense of time.
It's time to be cool. Listen now.
Time to be fucking rad.
Listen up, guys.
Listen, guys.
You
Here's the
follow
deal.
us on Instagram. You follow us on social media. You follow us on all the platforms. You know what it's like. You know what
we
it is,
talk
man.
about like deep issues, man.
You know what it is, man.
We really
It's
try to
fucking-
tackle the problems of the world, superheroes.
It's Daniel Lucas. It's James Surgeon. It's Give It a Go. It's all this shit.
Give it a
man.
go,
Yeah,
bro.
You know
all
what it's
day,
like. You know
Monday,
what we do.
Tuesday,
You know what we
Wednesday,
do.
Thursday,
You know
Friday,
how we do
Saturday, Monday again, whenever.
Randomly comes out whenever we fucking want.
We don't give a fuck. We got Riz.
Buy Tropical Punch. It's a good comic book. I want to give Kevin his shine. Buy Tropical Punch. It's a
Also,
great comic
the
book.
Demon Dude.
Yeah, Marco the Demon Dude. That's great as well.
Very good one as well.
Check out those comics.
Also buy Tropical Punch the drink. It's fucking slaps.
Also punch someone tropical.
Yeah. So if you're in the Bahamas, fucking just
punch somebody.
give him the old punch there. But you know when you're shooting the Bahamas, when you're punching somebody, you think like, oh, I've never done this before. What you should do is just
give it a go.